Boswell Media Sports.
And welcome in, Whippet fans, to another edition of Kosciusko Whippets Baseball from Boswell Media Sports. Breck Riley with you here from the Itala County Fairgrounds for game number 1 of this second round series, pitting the Kosciusko Whippets versus the visitors tonight from up in North Mississippi, the Bulldogs of New Albany. We got Donald Bain back in the studios there on Golf Course Road, and we are just about ready for some baseball. Reminding you of a couple of housekeeping things. Of course, you know, if you're right here in the central Mississippi area, listen to us on your radio dial, Breezy 103.7. And you got a little bit of an extra, you know, back in the summer when we changed frequency, you got a little bit farther to go with that signal now. But if you do run out of signal, we got the Breezy 103 app. As always, listen there. And we have the video feed available to you on the Breezy 103 FM YouTube channel. So a number of ways for you to follow along. If you're driving, please don't be watching YouTube. Just listen to the radio. And then when you get home or get somewhere, then you can bring us up on your smart TV, on your smartphone, iPad, tablet, something like that, and get ready to settle in for a night of baseball. The premier medical pregame show as the coaches and the umpires having the ground rules meeting at home plate. Whippets coached by Cole McBride. The New Albany Bulldogs coached by Drew Wheeler. We will give you the starting lineups. We have those for you this time. Last game, that was hard to come by for the visitors anyway. We usually always have the Whippets line up, but last game was an adventure. But for the New Albany Bulldogs, they come in at 22-9 on the season, 4-4 out of their district. Leading things off will be Darian Jackson. He'll play center field, batting second. Playing first base will be the junior Landon Evans. On the mound tonight is the all-star Connor Yarbrough. He'll bat third and be pitching. Another all-star, he'll bat cleanup, Parker Hicks. He'll bat fourth, play shortstop. Then you got another Parker Skinner will be behind home plate, catching it. And then batting sixth will be the third baseman, Finn Willis. The bottom third of the order leads off with the designated hitter, Sam Ewing. You have Cohen Young batting eighth and playing left field. It'll be Noah Cooper, who bats ninth and plays second base. And in the defensive lineup, but not in the batting order, out in right field, will be Pierce Ray. So Jackson, Evans, Yarbrough, Hicks, Skinner, Willis, Ewing, Young, Cooper, and Ray out in right field. For the Kosciusko Whippets, the champs of Region 4 4A, come in with a record of 19-8. They were 8-0, perfect, in district play. Leading things off will be Brooks Kewen. He'll bat first, play left field. And here's a name we haven't heard in a while. Reese Atkinson, the junior commit to Southern Mississippi, going to be back in the lineup as the designated hitter, batting second. That is huge for Kosciusko to get a talent like Atkinson back. Even if they can't have him on the mound, they have him in the batting order. Batting third will be the first baseman, Aiden Howard. He's a senior, headed to Holmes Community College to play his college ball. Another college signee, Carson Filial, will bat fourth, play third base. He got the junior Jackson Schuler behind home plate, catching, batting fifth. Brendan Truss, the sophomore, will bat sixth, and he'll play shortstop. Bradley Goss will bat seventh and play center field. You have Braxton Smith on the mound tonight for the Whippets, and then Braden Rigby, he'll bat ninth and play second base for the Whippets defensively. J.T. Heron will be out in right field, but not in the batting order. So Kewen, Atkinson, Howard, Filial, Schuler, Truss, Goss, Smith, Rigby, and Heron. Those starting lineups brought to you by Holmes Community College. Our Central Electric Power Association first pitch is coming up closer to the top of the hour. But right now, the Whippet lineups being announced over the PA. We will go ahead and step aside for our prayer and our national anthem. Back with more Whippets baseball from Boswell Media Sports right after this.
Parents and students are just shocked when they find out with a 20 on your ACT, you could go to Home CC for free. Do you have a 20 on your ACT?
Why, yes. Wait. Hold on a sec. You're right. I am shocked. You're saying my tuition could be free?
Yes, and your household income does not matter.
Why in the world would Holmes Community College offer free tuition with a 20 on the ACT?
See, we don't want you drowning in college debt when you graduate. In fact, all of us here at Holmes are so committed to our students' success, we've kept our tuition lower than every other state community college. And even though parents and students are shocked by it and have a hard time believing it, just remember, your tuition could be free with a 20 on your ACT at Holmes CC.
Sounds to me like there's no place like Holmes.
That's Holmes Community College.
Pawpaw, where are you at?
Miles, I'm fixing to go flying.
Wait a minute, Pawpaw. I can't go fishing, but you can go flying?
I guess you're right, Miles. If you can't go fishing, I can't go flying. We've got to get to selling some cars. And with rebates and discounts, never been better than today at Frank's Chevrolet GMC here in Kosciusko.
Shop us online at frankchevy.com.
Or come see us on Highway 35 North. Tell them Miles sent you. All right, Miles, you can go fishing now.
Pawpaw, I got one and it's huge.
Frank Chevrolet GMC, Highway 35 North in Kosciusko.
Chevrolet.
Sunstar Insurance walks with you through life's twists and turns, offering tailored coverage for every chapter. Our devoted team makes sure you have the choices and support you deserve, turning uncertainty into peace of mind. Whether you're securing a home, a car, or your future, we put reliability and care at the heart of every policy. With Sunstar Insurance, you're backed by a partner committed to protecting what matters.
I'm Robbie Robertson.
I'm Bradley Tyler.
Sunstar Insurance, Court Square in Kosciusko.
Premier Medical Group, PMG. Your good health is our priority.
When it comes to your children, you always want the best in care. Pediatricians Dr. Abby Wiltshire and Dr. Helen Turner at Premier Medical Group will take care of your child and listen to you. For sickness, wellness, or vaccinations, call 662-289-1800 for an appointment.
Boswell Media Sports.
That is a wrap on the Premier Medical pregame show. We have Kosciusko Whippets baseball for you here from Boswell Media Sports as Braxton Smith is ready to get some warm-up tosses in, and he'll be on the mound tonight for the Kosciusko Whippets. We owe you the Atala County Co-op field conditions and weather report. I talked to Coach Wesley Dew, Assistant Coach Wesley Dew, before the game, and he told me, he said, when you give your weather report and the field conditions, just say one word, dry. Yeah, and it's been, dry here across the state of Mississippi, been, sort of a point of emphasis about the weather coming in this weekend. We hate that it's going to maybe affect some ball games, but it's much needed for much of the state. Now, I don't know about up in Union County and New Albany, but here across central Mississippi, it has been very, very dry. We got some rain last Saturday, but not really enough to, make much of a dent. But for the weather, 80 degrees right now. You got wind gusts out of the southwest, maybe the west, at about 14 miles an hour. But other than being dry, Chamber of Commerce Day here in Atala County, and a great night for baseball for everyone that's got a little starting the series early. You're never going to be upset about getting a jump start on the weekend with some baseball. So Kosciusko ready to go, leading things off for the New Albany Bulldogs. Stepping up to the plate will be Darian Jackson, a junior. First pitch is upstairs a little bit high for that Central Electric Power Association first pitch. It comes in at 6:02 p.m. So ball one to Darian Jackson. Well, taking a look at what Jackson's done on the season, he actually leads the team in runs scored. He's got a .360 batting average and 86 at-bats. He's driven in 13 runs. He's got 8 doubles, 2 triples, and 1 home run. But he might be a little bit more impressive. I mean, being the leadoff batter is pretty impressive. as Smith winds and throws, and that one's popped up foul down the – no, never mind, it is not foul. It stays in play, and Rigby hauls it in down in left field for out number 1. Thought that one was drifting foul. I think Jackson thought it was drifting foul as well. He didn't take off right out of the box. But as it is a long out, 1 down in the inning. I thought for certain that one was going to be out of play, but you know who didn't think it? Braden Rigby out there in left field, stayed with it. So coming to the plate right now will be the junior, Landon Evans. Looks at a strike on the outside corner from Braxton Smith. Evans, a power hitter, leads the team in home runs. You got 357 batting average, 5 home runs on the season. And that one is a hit, or is it a hit batsman? No. They say that the ball hit the bat, and it was a putout. So Braxton Smith gets the 1-3 putout. I thought that one hit off of the arm, but they say he was swinging in the act, and it went right in front of the mound, and Smith went and got it and tossed it over to first. So that's 2 quick outs. Yeah, Evans tried to plead his case that it got him on the wrist maybe, as that one's outside, ball 1. So 2 down in the inning now for Connor Yarbrough. Chops one to second base. Getting back on it is Rigby. Throws to first for the out, and we're down in the inning, 1, 2, 3. So that is a 4-3 putout, and we're done. No runs, no hits, no errors for New Albany in the first. We'll go to the bottom of the first inning. Scoreless between Kosciusko and New Albany.
Looking for adventure or just cruising the city? Central Tire Service is your go-to pit stop. Equipped with premium brands like Kenda and Goodyear, we ensure your tires align with your lifestyle. Visit us on Veterans Memorial Drive, and let's get your journey rolling again. Don't pause your adventure. Gear up at Central Tire Service and drive confidently into life's moments. Central Tire, where your journey continues.
Have you been putting off coming to the dentist lately? Hello, I'm Dr. Adam Middleton from Autumn Ridge Dental in Kosciusko. We are treating patients with a mindset we have always held, that proper, regular, preventive care can help keep your mouth healthy and functioning properly. We want all our patients to have a smile they can be proud of. Please call us at 662-289-7076 for an appointment. Come see us and we will give you something to smile about.
Boswell Media Sports.
And welcome back to Kosciusko Whippets Baseball. From Boswell Media Sports, Breck Riley here with you. And the New Albany Bulldogs are retired in order in the top of the first inning. Jackson popped out to Brooks Kewen out in left field. That was not Braden Rigby out in left field. That was Kewen. And then it was Landon Evans, sort of a swing, got off the end of the handle and ran down to first base, but Braxton Smith got him out, and then a grounder to second base. It was Braden Rigby that threw him out then. And so Whippets will have their turn here in the home half of the Pickles Drugstore first inning. Due up for the Whippets will be Brooks Kewen, Reese Atkinson, and Aiden Howard. On the mound for the New Albany Bulldogs, Connor Yarbrough. He's the ace for the New Albany Bulldogs, going to play his college ball in Boonville. He'll be going not too far away from New Albany. Well, he's got 57 innings pitched. He's given up 50 hits, just 18 earned runs. He's walked 19 and struck out 58. He's got a 2.21 earned run average. He is actually going to be playing on that Mississippi Association of Coaches All-Star team with Carson Filial. Carson Filial, the Whippets third baseman, Connor Yarbrough, and the shortstop, Parker Hicks. That one goes back up the middle, and Yarbrough flashing the glove. Kewen with the line shot, and Yarbrough just sticks the hand out and catches it. So not only can he pitch, he can field that position. He made it look easy, like it wasn't anything at all. It'll be Reese Atkinson at the plate. Hadn't seen Reese in a while. Been a little banged up. And a good-looking curveball there from the senior. Called a strike. A swinging strike, too. Got him with another breaking ball. But yeah, Reese Atkinson kind of been a little banged up. His throwing arm, elbow, kind of had some issues there, but he has been cleared to, run the bases, do some batting and things like that. So he's committed to the University of Southern Mississippi. Big-time recruit here in the state. Good to see him back in the batting order. He's down right now, 0-2. Takes one up high, a fastball. No score here in the home half of the first inning. They're going to say that he swung on the excuse me swing. They'll appeal down to first, and they had to jump up and throw the ball down as it was a drop third strike. So that will make it 2 outs.
Now, batting number 25, Aiden Howard.
Aiden Howard, Whippets first baseman, lefty. Stepping in to face off against the right-handed Connor Yarbrough. Fastball low. Ball 1. Howard was one of our players of the game last week in the 2 games against Byhalia in the game 1. Upstairs and inside, ball 2. We talked about that in the coaches show today with Coach McBride. I don't think Howard was retired at all. Low, ball 3. I think he had a couple of singles that turned into the old Little League home runs. And then he walked. And then he had an actual inside the park home run. That's ball 4. Taken all the way was Howard on the 3-0 count. The Whippets will have a 2-out base runner as Carson Filial, the Whippets third baseman, steps up to the plate. So Yarbrough going to have to switch over to the stretch there. The senior Carson Filial. But yeah, as we said, these two are going to be playing on that all-star team together as that one runs outside on a breaking ball. Don't imagine you'd see Whippets swing right here. Yarbrough's thrown 5 straight out of the zone. They're going to make him come back in. And as a breaking ball, it shows you what I know. Carson Filial swung right there. That's a Farm Bureau foul ball. Yeah, Carson Filial came into the night batting .388, second on the team, and runs driven in with 24. Howard a decent lead at first base. Upstairs, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. The count to the Whippets third baseman, Carson Filial. The breaking ball that stayed outside. 3-1 the count. Got a good hitter's count right here for Carson with a good runner, Aiden Howard on first base. .3-1 pitch. That's another foul ball. Hit back over towards Peggy Abel's field, the softball field. They haven't started yet over there. They don't start till 7 o'clock tonight. The Lady Whippets taking on the Lady Troopers of Mooreville. We'll give you updates when we can, but it's a full count, 2 outs. Aiden Howard going to be running off the bag here. There he goes. Swinging strike 3, able to get Filial going down. The Whippets get a 2-out base runner, but can't do anything with it. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base through 1 complete. We're scoreless between Kosciusko and New Albany.
In every sport, the goal is to be the very best. The same is true for Alpha Insurance. We strive hard to make every policy, quote, and claim a highlight. Our goal is to be your MVP. That's your most valuable protection on auto, home, commercial, and life insurance needs. The championship service from your Alpha lineup is consistently improving to score you the lowest rates and best discounts available. Call us today at 662-289-1024 or stop by our office at 235 North Madison Street in Kosciusko and visit our team of Jennifer Bruce, Diane Edwards, or myself, Chris Coleman, and allow us the opportunity to take the insurance playing field with you. We want you on our team at Alpha, the Chris Coleman Agency in Kosciusko.
Boswell Media Sports.
We go to the top of the second inning. Scoreless between the Whippets and the Bulldogs of New Albany. Second innings for Whippets baseball. Brought to you by who you just heard, Chris Coleman of Alpha Insurance. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 to come to the plate for the Bulldogs of New Albany. They were the number 4 seed out of Region 1 4A. Tell you how tough that region is. They've still got 3 teams playing in the 4A playoffs. Corinth is still playing. Corinth, North Pontotoc, and New Albany. And Tishomingo County, who was the 4 seed, gave Moorville everything they wanted in the first round. I mean, Moorville had to win it close. I think it was 2-1 late. Had to go to right down to the very end. So that shows you just how tough Region 1 was. And North Pontotoc actually on the other side of the Whippets bracket right here. So whoever wins this series would go on to place the winner of Ripley and North Pontotoc. And that game's going to start later tonight at 7 o'clock. I got my pal Michael Harrison on the call for the Ripley Tigers. Going to be keeping us up to date on that one. So we'll pass along those scores for you as we get them. Well, they haven't started yet, so. Leading things off for the Bulldogs is going to be the senior Parker Hicks. The junior Parker Hicks. He swings and comes up empty at the first one. Curveball stays upstairs, 1-1. Parker Hicks, a .351 batting average. Leads the team in doubles and triples. He's got 10 doubles to 3 triples. Another breaking ball that stays upstairs for ball 2. 2-1. The count. Braxton Smith winds and throws. That one comes down the middle, evening up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. On the season, Smith has pitched the most innings for this Whippet Ball Club, 33 1/3. As he gets ready to fire. This one swinging, strike 3. The first Dickerson Petroleum strikeout of the ball game for Braxton Smith, and there's 1 down. With Smith, 33 1/3 innings pitched, giving up 12 hits, just 4 earned runs. He's walked 14 to 57 strikeouts, has just a .894 earned run average. Well, it's been solid. Going to be playing his college ball down in Meridian Community College. Parker Skinner looks at one outside, ball 1 to the catcher. Skinner going to be playing his ball, college ball, over at Mississippi Delta Community College. One of a couple of signees we told you about. Yarborough going to play up at Northeast Mississippi Community College. But Skinner pulls that one foul to third baseline. Farm Bureau foul ball. Evening up the count at 1-1. Skinner on the first team all Region 1 4A. Swinging strike 2. Got to chase that high fastball. Those are hard to lay off of. Curveball, swinging strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts. Dickerson Petroleum strikeouts for Braxton Smith. 2 down in the inning now. It will send the third baseman, Finn Willis, to the plate. Comes in batting it at .224. 14 runs driven in and 76 at-bats. looks at one outside for ball one. Scoreless between Kosciusko and New Albany. Both teams went down in order in the first inning. Swinging strike one. Evens up the count. Whippets going with the Stormtrooper look. All white. Well, not quite. You got a maroon hat. But other than that, all white uniforms. White tops, white pants as Smith delivers number 2. It's a blooper into left field, but Kewen is going to be right there to pull it down for the out. Oh, retired in order were the Bulldogs. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We'll head to the bottom of the second inning. Scoreless between Kosciusko and New Albany.
Be prepared for life's uncertainties with the correct insurance coverage from the Atala County Farm Bureau. Let's talk about change. Sometimes change is good. Sometimes change is scary. But what is certain is that everyone will experience change. The Atala County Farm Bureau's review program is designed to identify the changes that need to be made in your insurance coverage. Wayne Blaylock and James Metters invite you to stop by for your Farm Bureau Get Real review. Let them help you be prepared for change. Atala County Farm Bureau on the north side of the square in Kosciusko.
At Pickles Drug Store, your pharmacist does more than fill prescriptions. They're your guide to better health. We help you understand your medications, ensure your insurance is handled smoothly, and answer all your questions with care. Because at Pickles, you're not just a customer, you're part of our community.
Hi, I'm Rob Pickle. My staff and I are here to serve you.
Visit us today on the east side of the square in Kosciusko. Pickles Drug Store, your community Health Mart pharmacy, Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Boswell Media Sports.
Kosciusko Whippets baseball. Boswell Media Sports. Bottom of the second inning. Kosciusko will have the 5, 6, and 7 batters up to the plate. Jackson Schuler, the catcher, Brendan Truss, and Bradley Goss. They'll face the talented right-hander, Connor Yarbrough. But we were giving you the fashion report before we went to a break as Yarbrough sends the first one, and it's pulled down the left field line. It's hit hard. It is a home run. Out of here, Jackson Schuler. First pitch of the bottom of the second inning. Just a line drive. Knew that it was going to have the distance. The only question was it going to be fair or foul? Snuck just inside that foul pole down the left field line over the 305 sign. But that will be a touch 'em all home run for Jackson Schuler. And the Whippets lead it 1-0. Once pitch inside to the shortstop, Truss. Swinging strike one, big curveball there from Yarbrough. Another breaking ball. That one stays outside. 2-1. A lot of movement on Yarbrough's pitch. That breaking ball it's just not locating for him right now. He's getting the curve that he wants, getting the movement, just not getting in the zone. 3-1. Excuse me, 3-2. I had it wrong on my book there. So now it's a payoff pitch. That's looped into left field. Young coming on. We'll watch it bounce in front of him. Can't get to it. Back-to-back hits for the Whippets. And they've got a runner at first base. Well, Bradley Goss, the Whippets center fielder, will step up to the plate. Normally, Goss is the number 2 hitter, because the Whippets, they have that 3-headed monster at the top of the order. The Kewen, Goss, and Howard, 3 left-handers, something that you really just don't see a lot of in high school baseball. But changing up the order a little bit here with Atkinson in there today. As Yarbrough checks the runner over at first, throws back over. Truss with a pretty decent lead. Willis is playing in short over on the grass at third base. Maybe thinking a little small ball here. Whippets, no outs. Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Well, an inside ball 1. But Goss did not show like he was going to square around to bunt there. Kosciusko with a 1-0 lead over the New Albany Bulldogs. This is game number 1 of a 3-game series. Tomorrow's game has been moved up. We'll be in New Albany, but we'll be starting at 4 o'clock. Snap throw back down to first base. Skinner fires down to Evans, and Truss is back in there. So 2-0, the count to the Whippets center fielder, Bradley Goss. Taking a look at Goss's numbers. So there's another throw over to first base. Goss batting at just a shade under 300. Comes into the night's game with 298 hitter. 13 runs driven in. Runner's headed for second base. Here's the throw, and he is safe. Ball rolls through. Skinner, well, he's got an arm. He threw that one from his knees. You can see why Skinner is an all-star and why the Mississippi Delta Community College wants his services. But, yeah, almost threw out one of the Whippets' fastest runners, Brendan Truss, from his knees. Well, the pitch was a strike, so 2 balls, 1 strike to Bradley Goss. So now you got Evans playing in a little bit short at first base as Yarbrough steps off the rubber. Whippet dugout not making it easy for him. They're a little pumped up after that Jackson Schuler leadoff home run. And he picks the leg up, looks back the runner at second base. Puts it back down. Oh. Wind picking up here at the ballpark and blowing out towards right center field. Now Goss shows butt. Throw back behind the runner there, and it rolls into center field at second base. But Truss not able to get up in advance. But, yeah, there you go. A little chess match there as that time Goss did square around like he wanted to bunt. Still nobody out in the inning, and the Whippets have a runner down at second base. Now you got a good opportunity here with the 3-1 count. Yarbrough trying to get some signs from his catcher. Inside, ball 4. The ball rolls away from Skinner. And Goss will take first base on the walk. The second walk issued by Yarbrough. And Truss will be able to advance over to third base. Still nobody out. Runners at the corner. Skinner will walk out to talk to his pitcher, as will the coaching staff from New Albany. Walk out to speak to the senior Yarbrough. But setting the scene for you, bottom of the second inning, Kosciusko with a 1-0 lead against New Albany. Jackson Schuler, first pitch of the inning, sent one not quite to Landrum Field. It was more hit between the bleachers, behind the bleachers of Landrum Field, beyond the left field wall. But Kosciusko will take it. Doesn't matter how it gets out of here. It's still a home run. Whippets will have that 1-0 lead with the pitcher, Braxton Smith, coming up to the plate. Smith is an interesting case here because he does not have a lot of at-bats. I think only have him with 3 at-bats on the season. As only he has been a pitcher, and he has been hit 4 in that designated hitter spot. But tonight, the designated hitter is hitting for the right fielder, J.T. Herron. Smith takes a fastball, called strike on the outside corner. Now, this is a situation where it wouldn't surprise me to see a bunt. Trying to put one up the first baseline, see if they can squeeze Truss home. But curveball's low, but Goss will take second base without a throw. Now the Whippets have 2 runners in scoring position. The 1-0 lead. Yeah, taking a look elsewhere around the bracket. We told you Ripley and North Pontotoc the other side of this bracket. So whoever wins this series will face off against the winner of that series. Low ball 2. Skips away from Skinner, but not far enough to bring home Brendan Truss, standing on third, 90 feet away. The other side of the 4A North bracket is Corinth and Senatobia, and Mooreville taking on Louisville. So that's what it looks like around the north. Upstairs, ball 3. 3-1. Didn't miss by much. Braxton Smith could help his calls right here. Pitcher versus pitcher. Give himself some run support. Upstairs and inside. Back-to-back walks, and the Whippets will have them loaded. And the number 9 hitter in the lineup, Braden Rigby. As we will get a courtesy runner for the pitcher. I believe that's going to be Russ Tillman. Yeah, Russ Tillman comes in, the sophomore. Comes in to run for Braxton Smith. Tillman, a member of that Whippets basketball squad, made that good run to the semis this season. Lost to Morton in overtime in the Final Four. Rigby takes one for a strike right down the middle. Got the infield, well, I was going to say, up the middle they're playing back. At the edges they're playing in. Rigby sends one to shortstop. Hicks will get it and go to second. It's the only one he's got. And it'll be a fielder's choice and bring in a run. So Rigby with the fielder's choice RBI. And the Whippets will lead it 2-0. Runners at the corners. And back to the top of the order with the leadoff batter, Brooks Kewen. Kewen hit a hot shot right back to Yarborough, his last at bat, his only other at bat. I mean, it was a line drive, and Yarborough just stuck his hand out and caught it. Hit and run, popped up out into shallow left field. Young will come in. It was not hit deep enough that anybody could advance. So now 2 outs in the inning. And Reese Atkinson at the plate. Atkinson, a strikeout victim, his first at-bat. Yeah, I'm trying to find how many at-bats Atkinson has actually had. He's not had a lot. I have him with 15 at-bats on the season. With a .333 batting average, but couldn't tell you the last time he was actually in the lineup. Throw over to first base. It's close, but Rigby's back under the tag from Evans. Yarborough with a quick move, 2-0. Kosciusko leads it over to Albany. Inside, ball 1 to Atkinson. Yeah, they should be getting ready to get started soon. Up the hill. Well, that one's breaking ball stayed outside. A lot of teams in the local area still playing A lot of teams moving up to Thursday, Friday, Saturday matchups. Outside ball 3. Like you got Ethel baseball going down to Pascagoula today to take on Resurrection Catholic. Ethel softball on the road down to take on West Lincoln. I said all these games moved around because of the expected rainfall. That's 3-0 pitch comes right down the middle for strike 1. I know some of the softball team, Pontotoc, my pal, the coach for Pontotoc, said they were playing yesterday. They went down to take on Florence yesterday in that series. Rigby headed for second. Doesn't matter because it's going to be a walk. Pitch was low and outside. 3 walks in the inning, 4 total for the pitcher Yarbrough. Bases will be loaded for one of the Whippets' best hitters, Aiden Howard. He walked his first at bat. Howard coming to the game batting .375, third on the team in runs driven in. First on the team in runs driven in, as that one's a called strike on the inside corner. He and Villial and Schuler kind of been going back and forth for the lead. That big series against Byhalia helped them out and sent him over the top. Outside, ball 1 to even up the count. So, infield's back. Got to play at any bag right here. So, don't have to worry about turning 2. The left-hander sends one foul over towards the Whippets dugout. Strike 2 on the Farm Bureau foul ball. We told you what Kosciusko was wearing and tell you what New Albany was wearing. They're maroon and white as well, but they're going with the maroon tops and the gray pants. New Albany written in white and white numerals. Big curveball freezes Howard, and the Bulldogs get out of the inning. But the Whippets are able to get 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 3 left on base. 2 in the books. Kosciusko with a 2-0 lead over New Albany.
Be prepared for life's uncertainties with the correct insurance coverage from the Atala County Farm Bureau. Let's talk about change. Sometimes change is good. Sometimes change is scary. But what is certain is that everyone will experience change. The Atala County Farm Bureau's review program is designed to identify the changes that need to be made in your insurance coverage. Wayne Blaylock and James Metters invite you to stop by for your Farm Bureau Get Real review. Let them help you be prepared for change. Atala County Farm Bureau on the north side of the square in Kosciusko.
At Pickles Drug Store, your pharmacist does more than fill prescriptions. They're your guide to better health. We help you understand your medications, ensure your insurance is handled smoothly, and answer all your questions with care. Because at Pickles, you're not just a customer, you're part of our community.
Hi, I'm Rob Pickle. My staff and I are here to serve you.
Visit us today on the east side of the square in Kosciusko. Pickles Drug Store, your community Health Mart pharmacy, Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Boswell Media Sports.
Kosciusko with a 2-0 lead as we get set for the top of the 3rd inning here from the Atala County Fairgrounds. It will be the bottom 3rd of the order. 7, 8, and 9 is who the Bulldogs will send to the plate. Sam Ewing, first pitch, swinging, the designated hitter. It's a Farm Bureau foul ball. Taking a look at what Ewing's done, the junior, .261 batter on the season in 69 at-bats. Sends that one into shallow right field, and it's going to get over the head or roll through the gap. As they're going to send him to third base. Now he holds up. Close there, but a leadoff double. That one shot to the gap from the designated hitter. Well, that one just kept carrying. So a leadoff double. And the tying run will come to the plate. That's the first hit of the ball game for the Bulldogs. Cohen Young, the junior. Leads the team in hits. How about that from your number 8 hitter in the lineup, leading the team in hits? And unless I'm wrong, I have him with a .500 batting average. As they call Smith for a balk. And so they'll send Ewing over to third base. I'll confess I did not see the balk. I was looking down at the stat book to tell you about Cohen Young, so I cannot tell you what might have been the issue there. But as it is, I don't see much argument from the coaching staff, so it must have been a legitimate balk. But swinging strike one over the top of that one as the ball scoots up the third base line. Ewing not able to come home. So, no balls, 1 strike to Cohen Young. Yeah, I'm 72 at bats. Yeah, I'm not great at math, but 36 hits and 72 at bats, that's 500. That one's going to get past Schuler. Ewing's not going to try to come home. That one was up and out a little bit off the glove of Schuler, but not able to advance. Keep the run down at third base in the form of Ewing. Third innings for Whippets baseball, presented by Sunstar Insurance. So here's the pitch. Curveball, chopped foul over the first base sign. Farm Bureau foul ball. So you got some fun shenanigans going on over in the first base dugout. As Smith shakes off a sign from his catcher Schuler. He comes set at the waist. Upstairs, ball 2. Two count. Can't quite tell. They got a baseball bat with something wrapped around the top of it over to my right. I can't quite make it out yet. 2-2 pitch. Another foul ball. Will get off to our right over the first base dugout. Here, visitors. It's the traditional lineup. Visitors in the first base dugout. Home team in the third base dugout. It's not always like that some places. It looks like a stuffed animal saran wrapped around a baseball bat. And that was a high one, and Young stays alive, chops at it, fouls it back over our heads here at the press box. 2-2 count. Kosciusko with a 2-0 lead, top of the third inning against the New Albany Bulldogs. Whippet infield is playing in. 2-2. Up and out. Ball 3. It's been a good at bat for the junior Cohen Young. Whippets need some outs before getting back to the top of the order. You got Noah Cooper, number 9, on deck, and then you're back to the top. 3-2. Another foul ball. What's that? You can see the frustration mounting on Braxton Smith. Aiden Howard comes to give him some encouragement, but yeah, it's just aggravating when you just can't get somebody out. They just keep fouling off pitches, but as I said, it's been a great at-bat from Cohen Young. You can see now why he does have a .500 batting average. 3-2. Hits one in the air to left field. Kewen coming on. He'll make the catch. Ewing not going to be able to tag up as it was pretty shallow. So good at bat by Cohen Young, but it's going to end in a long fly ball out to left field. 2 down in the inning, and the number 9 hitter in the Bulldog batting order, Noah Cooper, will step in. Cooper batting at right around 200. Excuse me. They did change that. That is a late change. Do I have a 14 on my roster? I do. Looks like Maddox Burnett or Brunet. We'll have to.
Now batting number 14, Maddox Burnett.
So Maddox, Burnett going to come in. Cooper didn't even get to bat in that spot. But you can see why the pinch hit, because Burnett's got a .375 batting average. Looks at a curveball inside for strike one. But he's got .375, but doesn't have that many at-bats. He only has 8 at-bats. 3 hits, 1 run driven in. I have him as only playing in 4 games. He rolls that one foul up the first base line. So the Farm Bureau foul ball, quickly in the hole. So we'll have to note if would assume they'll go in and play second base. I mean, I know you can go in and out once in high school baseball. Let's see what happens defensively. 0-2. Swinging strike 3. That's a third Dickerson Petroleum strikeout in the ball game for Braxton Smith. And it's back to the top of the order we go. Darian Jackson. Jackson flew out to left field, his only other at-bat. Jackson came in batting at .360. There's a curveball that stays up. But as impressive as a .360 batting average sounds, might be more impressive what he does in the field. He was the Defensive Player of the Year in Region 1 4A, so he can flash the glove as well. Upstairs with the fastball. 2-0. Runner at third base, 2-0. Kosciusko in the lead, top of the third inning. New Albany, 2 outs. Chops that one, foul. The third base line. It got into the Whippets dugout. Does it count as an ugly seeker if it bounces into the dugout? I don't know. I'll have to check my baseball resources. 2-1 pitch to Jackson. That's a high one inside. 3-1. Whippets trying to take a leadoff double off the board. Yes, Ewing doubled to start the inning and then was balked over to third base with nobody out. It's high ball 4. Maybe a 2-out walk. That's the first one issued by Braxton Smith. And it will be Landon Evans, the first baseman, coming to the plate. The junior, 5 home runs, .357 batting average. He was the one that hit one on the handle the last time. He looked like it hit off his wrist or his hand, but the umpire said it hit the handle, and Whippets threw him out at first base. But I believe Evans is the one verbally committed to Pearl River. He swings and tips one foul. Strike 1, Farm Bureau foul ball. Yeah, I believe that's right, Pearl River Community College, great program there in Poplarville. Coached by Michael Avalon, former Holmes Community College Bulldog. Curveball slides in nicely for strike 2 from Smith. Runners at the corners. Whippets trying to get out of it with the 2-0 lead. Jackson's headed for second base. There's the throw down, and they're going to get Ewing back at home, and he is out. Ewing tried to slide in after the steal attempt at second base at home, and the Whippets get out of the inning. So, for the Bulldogs, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the third inning. Kosciusko leads it 2-0 over the New Albany Bulldogs.
When something happens to your car, you might say,
"Oh, come on. Seriously? This is so extra."
But what you could say is,
"Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there."
Your local State Farm agent is available when and where you need them, online, over the phone, or even in person. State Farm agents are here to answer your questions and help you file your claim.
This is so extra.
Get someone who can actually help.
Call State Farm agent Angel Alvin McDonald at 662-289-3161.
Have you been putting off coming to the dentist lately? Hello, I'm Dr. Adam Middleton from Autumn Ridge Dental in Kosciusko. We are treating patients with a mindset we have always held, that proper, regular, preventive care can help keep your mouth healthy and functioning properly. We want all our patients to have a smile they can be proud of. Please call us at 662-289-7076 for an appointment. Come see us and we will give you something to smile about.
Boswell Media Sports.
Bottom of the third inning, Kosciusko with a 2-0 lead over the Bulldogs of New Albany. For the Whippets, it'll be the 4, 5, and 6 batters. Carson Filial, Jackson Schuler, and Brendan Truss. Well, the Whippets got out of a little bit of a jam. The Bulldogs threatened Sam Ewing with a double to lead off the inning, and then he was balked over to third base with nobody out. But after that, the Whippets were able to get out. You got a pop fly to left field. You got a strikeout and then a walk. But then on a stolen base attempt, Whippets throw the ball home from second and try to get Ewing at the plate. Carson Filial swings over the top of that one for strike number 1. Third innings for Whippets baseball, presented by Sunstar Insurance. Popped into center field. Jackson won't have to move very much. Off to his right, maybe a couple of steps, and pulls it in. Looked like Michael Jackson out there kind of moonwalking over to his spot. Jackson Schuler stepping up to the plate. Schuler saw one pitch, his only other at bat, and he sent it over the left field wall. Oh, Schuler with the home run. Hope to get the Whippets on the board. He hits another one deep into left field. This one's not going to quite make it that far, as Young will come in and make the catch for out number 2. So 2 quick outs for the Whippets here in this inning. And it's up to Brendan Truss. The Whippets shortstop, sophomore shortstop, singled and scored back in the second inning. First pitch low. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Curveball stays out. 2-0. Well, these teams met in the playoffs a couple of years ago. Now, that went to a 3-game series back in 2024. I remember that one. Upstairs, ball 3. In that series, Kosciusko won game 1, 13-7. As Yarbrough goes down the middle, walks him on 4 straight. A 2-out walk. That's walk number 5 for the senior, Yarbrough. And it'll bring Bradley Goss to the plate. But going back to that 2024 series, Kosciusko won game 1, 13-7. Whippets go on the road and lose game 2, 3-2. And then come back here and win a decisive game 3, 12-3. And that put the Whippets on to the 3rd round of the postseason, taking on Ripley. Truss, first pitch is moving over to second base. And he is in there safely with no throw from Skinner. Oh, the pitch was low and outside, ball 1. The Whippets get a runner in scoring position. Goss walked his last at bat. But this New Albany club got a sweep over good Itawamba team. And Goss wears that one on the back of the thigh, and that'll be a hit by pitch. Whippets will have 2 runners on base. First and second with Braxton Smith, the pitcher. Coming up to the plate, he also walked in that second inning for the Whippets. Yeah, New Albany won two-run games. A little bit different ball games. Game one was a defensive battle, a 3-1 win for the Bulldogs, and in game two they won a shootout. As Braxton Smith, it's the Farm Bureau foul ball over our heads. New Albany won 13-11. Which Kosciusko had no problems with the Indians of Byhalia, winning it 15-0 and 15-0. Played 6 innings total of baseball here last Saturday. Yarbrough checks the runner at second base, picks his leg up, and will look Brendan Truss back. Kosciusko leads it 2-0, bottom of the third inning. Third innings for Whippets baseball, presented by Sunstar Insurance. Breaking ball comes back in and catches that outside corner for strike 2. So Braxton Smith faces his counterpart as Yarbrough comes set at the hip and throws. Swinging strike 3. And that will do it for the Whippets in the third. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. 3 innings in the books, and Kosciusko with a 2-0 lead over the Bulldogs of New Albany.
Pawpaw, where are you at?
Miles, I'm fixing to go flying.
Wait a minute, Pawpaw. I can't go fishing, but you can go flying?
I guess you're right, Miles. If you can't go fishing, I can't go flying. We've got to get to selling some cars. And with rebates and discounts, never been better than today at Frank's Chevrolet GMC here in Kosciusko.
Shop us online at frankchevy.com.
Or come see us on Highway 35 North. Tell them Miles sent you. All right, Miles, you can go fishing now.
Pawpaw, I got one and it's huge.
Frank Chevrolet GMC, Highway 35 North in Kosciusko.
Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Boswell Media Sports.
It'll be the top of the fourth inning here from Kosciusko. Quick moving ball game here between the Whippets and the Bulldogs of New Albany. Kosciusko with a 2-0 lead. Fourth innings for Whippets baseball, brought to you by Sullivan's Drugs and Gifts. Braxton Smith on the mound for the Whippets, only giving up the 1 hit so far, the double to Sam Ewing. And he will face the meat of the order, 2, 3, and 4. That'll be Landon Evans, Connor Yarbrough, and Parker Hicks. Evans was at bat when Ewing was thrown out trying to take home the end of the third inning. So Evans, the big power hitter, 5 home runs on the season, 357 batting average. Swinging strike 1. I think he got a little piece of that. It sounded like maybe he tipped it into the glove of Schuler. Either way, that's still a strike. Or it's a strike, but is it a Farm Bureau foul ball? Just have to wonder. 0-1. He lines that one into left field. So it'll be a single for the junior Landon Evans. And for the second straight inning, the leadoff batter gets on for New Albany, which will bring the tying run to the plate. And that's Connor Yarbrough. Yarbrough grounded out his only other at-bat. We told you that he is a all-star. As that one's low and outside for ball 1. Now, DM Howie All-Star game, the same one that Carson Filial is going to play in down at William Carey University. Inside, ball 2. 2-0 the count to Connor Yarbrough. There's also a Northeast Mississippi All-Star game that Yarbrough is going to play in. I got a lot of stuff up there in that Northeast portion of the state. He fouls that one off of his leg, and it'll be a dead ball. It rolled out to the mound, but as I said, I think he got that one off the inside of his foot. Well, as it is, it's a Farm Bureau foul ball. It's a 2-1 the count. Kosciusko with the 2-0 lead. Nobody out here in the top of the fourth. As Braxton Smith leans in to, now he's going to throw over. Evans is back in plenty of time. No tag applied from Aiden Howard. Set the defense for you here. Smith on the mound. Schuler behind home plate. There's an excuse me swing. It'll go up the first base line, and Howard will get it. Only play will be at first. He'll step on the bag. Thought for certain that one was going to roll foul. But it goes down as the 3 unassisted. And a runner moves up to scoring position. Parker Hicks, the shortstop, will come to the plate. Parker Hicks was a strikeout victim. His first at bat. Hicks on the season, I should say coming into the game, batting it at .351. And my scouting report, now they're going to call Smith for another balk. So they say Smith balked again, but once again, I was looking at my sheet here, the stat book, to see what Smith did to be guilty of a balk. But now we'll have a meeting between Coach Cole McBride and the home plate umpire, as he wants an explanation as well. But as it is, the runner will move over to third base. Yeah, Coach McBride pleading his case. And looks like it's going to fall on deaf ears for the umpire. But, no, Whippets in a similar situation. Smith balked the runner to third base in the last inning. The Whippets were able to hold serve and not get anybody home. They got the meat of the order right here. Hicks swings over the top of one for strike one. Speaking of hold and serve, person to my right joining us on the broadcast right now held serve all the way to a state championship. 4A state champion Hayes Tyler. Hayes, thanks for stopping by.
Yes, sir.
So, what's it like winning the state championship? I mean, yesterday had to be just like the coolest thing ever.
Yes, sir, it definitely was.
Swing and strike two there. So who all did you have to play? Years past you've had to play New Albany, right?
Yes, sir, last year.
Yeah, last year you had to play New Albany. And I think New Albany won the 4A tennis team championship,
yes,
right?
Sir.
Yeah. So this New Albany team, they're always good at tennis, but you're able to get down there, and that's a swing and strike three over Parker Hicks. That will be the fourth Dickerson Petroleum strikeout. 2 outs in the inning now, but yeah. So who all did you have to face yesterday, Hayes?
I faced Columbia in the first round, Bay High School in the second round, Corinth in the third, and then Houston in the championship.
Okay, so yeah, as I said, we were all excited that you beat Columbia.
Yes.
Sir. I mean, if you know, you know. Kosciusko football made it to the state championship, and they didn't have as good a luck against Columbia. So everybody was rooting for you to take out Columbia, and you did. So that's got to be fun. But I never made it to the state championships in tennis. So it's 2 days, right?
Yes, sir. Well, it's actually Monday's the team, Tuesday and Wednesday are individual.
Okay, so that's what it is. So, yeah, Tuesday and Wednesday, individual championships, as that's a strike call in the inside corner to the catcher, Parker Skinner. Smith will come set. Upstairs, ball 2. So you're just a junior, though, right, Hayes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you could try to go back-to-back next year. But you'd already faced the guy from Houston. How many times did you play him this year?
That was my third time this year, 5th time in all.
Yeah, I saw you because at the region region tournament, you played him here in Kosciusko.
Yes, sir. And then the other time we played in Houston.
And so you beat him every time?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you did. The one that mattered was yesterday for the state championship. So we talked tennis, but I want to talk to you about baseball. You won a World Series in baseball with like half of the guys on the field right now, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, like way back in like 2019, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because you guys came to the radio station when y'all came to be on the breakfast shows. There's a little ball rolled up the first base line. Schuler's going to get it, and he'll just tag the runner out. Do they say the run scored or not? They say the run did not score. So it should still be 2-0 as Schuler had to tag the runner out. Well, a questionable call there, but we'll step aside for 30 seconds. When we come back, we'll continue with Hayes Tyler Whippets. Lead it 2-0 here, headed into the bottom of the fourth inning.
Looking for more than just fuel? At Dickerson Petroleum Transportation and Services, we deliver, and it doesn't stop at the pump. Need tank installation or specialized solutions? We've got you covered from Mississippi to Alabama and Louisiana. And if you're searching for a rewarding career, ask about employment opportunities at Dickerson Petroleum. Hungry on the go? Swing by Kangaroo Crossing for a snack or a quick meal. Dickerson Petroleum. Let us fuel your success. Drive in or call us today, because with Dickerson, you get service that goes the extra mile.
Boswell Media Sports.
Back here in the bottom of the fourth inning, and there's still some discussion between the umpires on whether or not that last run should have counted, as Jackson Schuler jumped up, tagged the runner coming home, or going to first base, rather than throwing the ball to first base. So that's the confusion on whether or not that run should have counted. But it looks like it's going to fall on deaf ears, as Kosciusko will still be up 2-0. We'll continue with 4A boys single state champion Hayes Tyler joining us here on the broadcast. And Hayes, baseball back in the day. But now you just do, tennis and golf and basketball?
Yes, sir.
I mean, you can't do everything, right? I mean, you can't do that. You can do tennis and golf now because recently they moved golf to the fall.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it used to be a spring sport. But, yeah, I had, let's see, in that 2019 team, you, Aiden Howard, Bradley Goss, Braden Rigby, Reese Atkinson. Who else was on that team? There's a bunch of y'all that came out to the radio station.
Jackson, Schuler, I'm not sure who else.
Yeah. Well, Jackson was there, too. That's one that I remember, as Rigby tries to bunt one up the first base line but sends it foul. But, yeah, you guys came out to I found all that audio, and I didn't want to embarrass anybody or anything by playing it during the broadcast. But, we'll see. If we keep going in the postseason, we might have to play some old what is that? Will y'all be 11, 12 around that time?
Yes, sir. What year did you say?
2019. So that was when y'all came out there. So y'all would have been, I think it might have been a 10-year-old World Series. I can't remember, but I do know that you guys were quite young coming out there to be on the radio with me. But I sent some audio to the moms. What the moms do with it after that, that's all up to the moms. But that's up and outside to Rigby as Kosciusko leads it 2-0 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. That's low, ball 3. That'll make it a full count. Outside, ball 4. So that'll be a leadoff walk for the Whippets. Braden Rigby's on. Back to the top of the order. So, Hayes, who all made it to the state championship for Kosciusko tennis? I know you had a number of teams or pairs that were there playing.
Yes, sir. It was a total of 8 players with 5 teams.
Okay. So it was you and girls singles?
Clara played girls singles. Mary Margaret and Samaya played girls doubles. Eddie and Grayson played boys doubles. And Tanner and Mia played mixed.
Okay. And so how many moved you had a couple that moved on to the second round, right?
Yes, sir. 4 of the 5.
Okay. Yeah, I knew you had a good show in there as that pitch is called strike on the outside corner to the Whippets leadoff batter, Brooks Kewen. Yeah, Brooks was one of those guys that was on that Little League Baseball World Series team with you as he puts a bunt up the third base line. Charging is Willis. He'll throw to first. Not in time. Kewen bunts the infield single. Good defense, good try by Willis just to make it a play at first base, but Kewen has got some speed. Bunts for a base hit, and the Whippets will have runners at first and second base for Reese Atkinson. Stepping up to the plate, he's walked and struck out in the game so far. So for those that don't know, Hayes also works for Boswell Media Sports in the fall, runs the camera for us as that ball rolls away from the catcher, Skinner, and everybody's going to advance. Yeah, Hayes, you always get to sit like in the press box when it's either 100 degrees outside and you get to sit in an air conditioning press box, or we're always out in the elements. Somehow you always get to sit in the press box, except at the Louisville game. At the Louisville game, you're like way up top.
And that might have been one of the coldest ones, but
he looked like a special forces guy up there. He had like all the everything wrapped around him as the ball rolls up to first base. They're going to try to get the runner at first. Sliding in is Atkinson, and he is out, but he brings home a run. It was Evans who underhand tossed it to Yarborough, covering the bag, but the run comes home to score. So Atkinson goes on the 3-1 fielder's choice, but he drives home a run. Runner moves up to third base, and it will be 3-0. 1 out, and Aiden Howard at the plate. Yeah, but that Louisville game, I think we made fun of you that time because we actually got to sit inside, and you had to finally be up top. Ball line drive to first base, right into the glove of Landon Evans. And that is out number 2.
Yazoo City was one that I got inside with the wind.
It was, yeah, because, we were over in the Mississippi Delta, and the rest of us sat outside, but Hayes got to sit inside. And if you've ever been to the Mississippi Delta, anytime really, but the Mississippi Delta in October, we started off the night, it was fine. We didn't need jackets. And by the second quarter, wind was blowing everywhere, and we're all freezing outside, and Hayes is in there fanning like he's getting too hot or something. As Carson Filial steps up to the plate, he takes ball 1. So, question. You get a ring for winning tennis state championship, or you just get the medal? Or do you know?
Well, I just got the medal, but I'm not sure about the ring.
Yeah,
I think Coach Bailey's going to handle that.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how all that worked. As I know you got the medal yesterday. They put that on you, and of course you have to order the ring. But I didn't. I mean, if I won a state championship, I'd want to get a ring.
Yeah, sir.
Care if it was in cornhole. Everybody else gets a ring when they win a state championship. Curveball outside, called a strike. So, but yeah, Coach Bailey. So you can't get away from Coach Bailey. He's your basketball coach, tennis coach. I mean, that guy's all hype. A lot of tennis, as that one's hit foul over towards Peggy Abel's field. See, it's totally different. In basketball, Coach Bailey, all hype. That's what you want on the sideline, right? You want loud and in tennis usually you're more, they talk like this and they're kind of reserved. But I don't think Coach Bailey knows the meaning of reserved.
Well, that's one thing I was grateful for this week. I had a lot of support, and he definitely was leading it.
Yeah. He was keeping me updated on Instagram as that pitch is low, ball 3. Makes it a full count to Carson Filial. Yeah, Coach Bailey was there keeping us all up to date on Instagram with the pictures and everything, letting us know you were moving through. But, yeah, that's the kind of support you need. But he's assistant coach.
Yes, sir.
Who's head coach for the tennis team?
Coach Crosby.
Coach Crosby. Okay. 3-2 pitch. Outside, ball 4. Carson Filial draws a 2-out walk. Whippets will have runners on the corners for Jackson Schuler. Schuler's hit the ball hard 2 times. He hit a home run over the left field wall, and then he hit another one towards left field and didn't quite make it out that far. But he'll come up to the plate with 2 outs. Kosciusko leading it 3-0 over New Albany here in game number 1 of this 3-game series. look at my book here. Yeah, he's only seen 2 pitches. He swung at the first pitch both times. That time he was a little bit more patient. Took a fastball for a strike down the middle as Carson Filial scoots over to second base with no throw. So runners at second and third. Schuler, one of the Whippets' leading RBI producers. As he pulls that one up the third baseline, it's fair. Inside the bag at third. Hewen scores. Filial comes around to score. Schuler safe at second base. Jackson Schuler with his second and third RBIs of the game. He's got a double, and he gives the Whippets a 5-0 lead. As he'll get a courtesy runner. That'll be Kenyon Weatherby, one of our players of the game from last week, coming in to run. So it brings up Brendan Truss. Truss today's reached base a couple of times, singled and walked. Yarbrough steps off the mound. So, Hayes, when you had to choose between baseball, basketball, tennis, and golf, what was the process like, trying to decide what you wanted to do? I've not been that good of an athlete. I didn't have to make that decision when I was in school.
Well, I did not start playing tennis or golf till my 9th grade year.
Okay, so pick it up. Oh, yeah, talk about how good of a athlete he is. Didn't start playing tennis till he was in 9th grade, and now he's a junior, and he won a state championship. You don't have to flex on us like that, Hayes. But yeah, so you didn't play golf or tennis until 9th grade. But as I said, you played baseball with these guys, and then, of course, you and the basketball team had a really good run this year too.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you made it all the way to the Final Four. And what the track team's doing things right now. They had a track meet today up in Tishomingo, and I know some Josh Cole on the track team. And as Truss sends one high in the air to center field, and it will be caught for the final out of the inning. But the Whippets were able to get 3 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. That'll wrap up 4 innings in the books. Kosciusko leads it 5-0 over the New Albany Bulldogs. Before we go to break, Hayes, we'll say thank you for stopping by and congratulations on getting your state championship.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
All right, so we're going to go to a break. When we come back, we'll continue here with more Whippets baseball from Boswell Media Sports.
Looking for adventure or just cruising the city? Central Tire Service is your go-to pit stop. Equipped with premium brands like Kenda and Goodyear, we ensure your tires align with your lifestyle. Visit us on Veterans Memorial Drive and let's get your journey rolling again. Don't pause your adventure. Gear up at Central Tire Service and drive confidently into life's moments. Central Tire, where your journey continues.
Boswell Media Sports.
Kosciusko 5, New Albany 0 as we get ready for the 5th inning of baseball from the Atala County Fairgrounds. Beautiful night for baseball. It's a term that I like to use all the time, the old Chamber of Commerce weather here from the ballpark. They have started off to our right, Peggy Abel's Field. Lady Whippets taking on the Lady Troopers of Moorville. I don't have a score update for you just yet. We'll get that for you. But Lady Whippets are winners of Region 4 4A. Troopers, I believe they are the 2 seed out of Region 2 4A. I believe that's correct. I've looked at a lot of brackets this week, so it's kind of hard to keep up with who's who. Finn Willis will lead things off for the New Albany Bulldogs. He'll take fastball upstairs for ball 1. Chops one to third base. Filial is going to play it off of a funky hop. And Willis will be on, probably with an error. We'll have to wait and see how they score that. But as I said, that one was one of those, it chopped high, and then it took a funky bounce to feel y'all. He tried to play it barehanded and throw it and just never could control it over there at third base. So still have not ruled what that is just yet. And they will go ahead and call that an error. So E5. And Sam Willis at the plate. He's got a double. That led off that third inning with the double. Right now he's ahead in the count. 2 balls, no strikes. 5th innings for Whippets Baseball. Brought to you by HelpHappensHere.com. New website, service from Boswell Media. Go check it out. That's a big lead at first base. Low ball 3 to Ewing. Yeah, HelpHappensHere.com. Say you need like a painter, or you need someone that does drywall, or you need someone that fixes air conditioners. There, you go there and you find the contractors on the website. So upstairs, ball 4. Walked him on 4 straight pitches. And there'll be runners at first and second with nobody out. And Cohen Young, the left fielder, will step up to the plate. He fly it out to left field, his only other at-bat in the ball game. Coach Cole McBride going to walk out to the mound to bring everybody in. Talk to him. Braxton Smith sitting at 60 pitches. I want to welcome in anybody from New Albany that might be watching or listening to the broadcast. Sent the link out to Coach Wheeler. Said if you wanted to send it out and share it out with the parents and the fans that are happy to have the folks from Union County tune in, obviously on a Thursday afternoon, 6 o'clock. A lot of folks maybe not able to make the trip down, but happy to provide you this video and audio coverage that's presented by Frank's Chevrolet, our online video and audio streams. We'll be up in New Albany tomorrow. Their B&A Park. Went there a couple of years ago. Nice facility. Ball's hit up the third base line. It'll be foul. Farm Bureau foul ball. 0-1 count. Cohen Young is the one who came in batting it at .500. A curve ball catches the inside quarter, strike 2 called. Looks like Noah Cooper is going to bat, or I was saying he's going to bat. He's in the on-deck circle. He did not bat that first time through the lineup. Maddox Burnett came in and batted for him. Smith set at the waist. He'll exhale, take a look at the runner, and they'll call time right before Smith throws the pitch. But that's what they tell you to do. You don't try to stop. Once you're in motion, you go ahead and throw it. That's how you injure yourself more, is once you get into the windup trying to stop. So Smith did as you're taught. Go ahead and follow through on that. Now he's back and looks at the runner at second. Now throws. It's a called strike 3. Dickerson Petroleum strikeout number 5 of the ball game for Braxton Smith. 2 outs now, and it will be Noah Cooper to bat in this spot. As we told you last time through the order, Coach Wheeler going with the pinch hitter there, trying to get Max Brunette to get something started, but Cooper bats at just shy of 200, the junior second baseman. Now it looks like Whippets are getting into a shift mode here. Yeah, they're going to bring Truss back deep in the hole at shortstop, and Rigby's going to cover the bag at second base. Howard's playing in at first. Ball pops out of the glove of Schuler, but nobody's able to move up as it's outside, ball one. Smith looks back at second. Long look at second. Now he throws. Breaking ball. Slides in for a strike. Evening things up at 1 ball, 1 strike. Kosciusko 5, New Albany 0 here in the New Albany's half of the 5th inning. Outside, that one's going to get past Schuler. And now everybody will be able to advance. A wild pitch. That's big for the Whippets, or should say big for New Albany. It does take the double play off the table for the Whippets. So now everybody's going to back up here with a 5-0 lead. Whippets will most likely try to go to first base, give up a run for an out. Curve ball, I think, was called a ball. Whippet fans all gave it a round of applause, but I believe umpire said that one did not make it into the zone. So should be a 3-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's low, ball 4. 2 walks in the inning, and the bases will be full of Bulldogs for the top of the order. Darian Jackson, he's walked and popped out to left field, but probably not somebody you want to see at the plate with the bases loaded. As Smith will stay from the stretch even though the bases are loaded. Curveball. Stayed high. Ball 1. 5th innings for Whippets baseball. As we mentioned, helphappenshere.com. Sun setting back in the western sky. Settling in for a nice ball game day at the ballpark. Ball pops out of the glove of Schuler, but everybody's going to stay put. Willis thought about coming home, but ended up thinking better of that decision, staying put 90 feet away over there at third base. So, Smith needing a strike here. And he finds one with the fastball, just rears back and throws it. Big pitch there. Smith had been having a little trouble finding that zone. 2-1. Ball's hit to the right side. It'll roll through. 1 run scores. And here comes the throw home. Great throw from J.T. Herron to keep the runner at third base. So only 1 is going to come in. But Darian Jackson pushes 1 out to right field. He'll bring in the first run of the ball game for the New Albany Bulldogs. And it's Landon Evans at the plate. Yeah, best opportunity of the night for the Bulldogs as they have bases loaded, just 1 out in the heart of the order. Landon Evans he's got a single in the game. Takes a curveball upstairs, ball 1. So far for New Albany, 1 run, 3 hits, no errors. Kosciusko's got 5 runs on 4 hits and 1 error. Another breaking ball, but this time it finds the strike zone. 1-1. The count. 1-1 pitch. Poked foul. Over towards first base. Farm Bureau foul ball. Well, the Bulldogs threatening here. Kosciusko with the 4-run lead. And we do have some warm-up tosses over in the bullpen. Looks like a Rowdy Roan over there throwing behind that Whippets dugout. Sophomore right-hander. So we could see him in a relief role if Smith not able to get out of this jam. Chopper to third base. Filial is going to get it and go to first for one. The throw back behind the runner at third, and he's back in time, but it will be a fielder's choice. Good defense by Filial and Howard on the 5-3 putout, but another run that comes home with the RBI. So they'll put runners at second and third. 2 outs now. Connor Yarbrough at the plate, and it makes it a 5-2 game for Kosciusko. Yarbrough, a couple of ground outs in the game so far. He grounded out to first base and second base. His first offering from the senior Smith. Called a ball. That time, a little changeup. Caught him looking on the outside corner. Evens up the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Ball be rolled to second base. Rigby sits down on it, throws it to first in time for the out. Well, Bulldogs are able to get a couple across. They get 2 runs on just 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 left on base. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Kosciusko leads it by 3, 5-2 over the Bulldogs of New Albany.
Hi, this is Allison Schuler, CEO of Baptist Memorial Hospital Attala. You deserve care that's close to home and close to the heart. We offer swing bed services, rehabilitation, infusion therapy, and chemotherapy delivered with skill and compassion. Our emergency room is here when you need immediate care, and we provide outpatient laboratory, radiology, and respiratory services all under one roof. At Baptist Memorial Hospital Attala, you're not just a patient, you're our neighbor and our priority.
Sunstar Insurance walks with you through life's twists and turns, offering tailored coverage for every chapter. Our devoted team makes sure you have the choices and support you deserve, turning uncertainty into peace of mind. Whether you're securing a home, a car, or your future, we put reliability and care at the heart of every policy. With Sunstar Insurance, you're backed by a partner committed to protecting what matters.
I'm Robbie Robertson. I'm Bradley Tyler.
Sunstar Insurance, Court Square in Kosciusko.
Boswell Media Sports.
Bottom of the 5th inning from Kosciusko. Whippets with a 5-2 lead over the New Albany Bulldogs. Game 1 of this 3-game series in the second round of the 4A playoffs. Got an update for you from Ripley. As Bradley Goss leads things off, he takes a pitch inside for ball 1. Top of the 3rd from Ripley. Scoreless between the Tigers and the Vikings of North Pontotoc. Goss looks at ball number 2 outside. My pal Michael Harrison, the voice of the Ripley Tigers, keeping us up to date on that game. Goss pulls one up the middle, off the glove of Cooper, who tried to backhand it, and Goss will be safe at first base. See if they rule that an error. Even if Cooper gets to that, he is going to have a hard time turning around and throwing out a speedster like Goss. But, yeah, that one was hit deep in the gap at second. They're going to give it an error. So we'll call it E4. And Braxton Smith at the plate. Whippet pitcher for now. as Goss stands at first base. Smith will take a strike. A fastball. The Whippet fans don't seem to think so. Looked like it might have been a little bit low on a tall frame like Smith. Now he shows bunt. As Goss back in under a tag, a throw pickoff attempt at first base. Yeah, so 0-1 the count to Braxton Smith. The Whippets pitcher today struck out and walked. That time, the same problem that Yarbrough's had most of the game. The curveball's breaking just a little bit too much. He's got too much break on it, and it's going outside. It's got a lot of movement. Yarbrough sitting at 82 pitches. Goss headed for second base. Skinner with the throw down. And they say he is out at second base. That was tough. I thought from my eyes that it wasn't even close at second base. But umpire out there in the field seemed to think differently. So Goss is caught stealing. And there's one out in the inning. Inside on the breaking ball there. Should be 3-1. That one's high and inside, ball 4. So Smith draws his second walk. I have that
now back to number 11, Braden Rigby.
As the 8th walk issued by Yarbrough. Russ Tillman, the sophomore, will come in to run for the pitcher Braxton Smith. Braden Rigby at the plate. He walked, grounded into a fielder's choice, and drove in a run back in the second inning. Fastball outside. Ball 1 to the Whippets number 9 hitter. Upstairs, about at the letters for ball 2. 2-0. Fifth innings for Whippets baseball, presented by HelpHappensHere.com. New service from Boswell Media. Rigby takes another one inside. 3-0. Don't imagine he'd be swinging right here. But Whippets will love an extra base runner with the top of the order coming up. That's outside, ball 4, back-to-back walks. And the Whippets will have a couple of runners on base. And Brooks Kewen at the plate. Kewen's 1 for 3. He's got a single, a couple of pop-ups. So I say pop-ups. He popped up one to left field. The other one was a line drive, hit right back to Yarbrough. And Yarbrough just self-defense, grabbed it out of the air. Kewen shows bunt, pulls it back, and they say on Skinner's throw back up to second base, Tillman's back in under the tag. Tillman got a little far off the bag there. Kewen and Skinner kind of laughing, joking there at the plate. It's good to see that. A lot of these guys know each other from tournament ball, travel ball, but yeah, you see Kewen and Skinner kind of chatting it up right there, laughing about something. Not sure what it was. They found something amusing. 1-0 pitch. Poked into left field. That is down for a base hit. It will roll to the corner. Tillman's going to score. Rigby's going to score. Brooks Kewen standing at second base with a double. Good at bat there by Brooks Kewen. 7-2. Kosciusko with the lead. We'll send up Reese Atkinson to the plate, the junior commit, University of Southern Mississippi, Golden Eagle. He drove in a run on a fielder's choice back in the fourth. Other than that, he's walked and struck out. Swinging strike one. Over the top of that one was Reese. Atkinson gonna talk to Coach McBride halfway between third and home plate. An update from off to our right, 0-0. Kosciusko and Moorville. The bottom of the third inning there. That's softball. Second round playoff action there. If this one ends in time, I'd like to walk up there and maybe catch the end of that one, but softball usually rolls a lot faster than baseball. So baseball started an hour before softball, but it could end up finishing about the same time as Skinner will walk out the mound to talk to his pitcher, Yarbrough. So Atkinson will step back and talk to home plate umpire. And now we've got some more action in the bullpen. It looks like, I think that's Carson Filio taking some warm-up tosses. They all have the slim, shady hair. I can't tell who's who now. And by that, we mean that blonde hair that looks like somebody left the mop out in the sun for too long. Curveball pulled through the gap at shortstop. They're going to hold up Kewen out at second base, and the Whippets will have them on the corners. Still just the one out in the inning. Aiden Howard, the Whippets' first baseman, left-handed batter, will step up. He's technically 0 for 2. He's popped out and struck out, and he also walked back in the first inning. He sends one high and out to right field. The bat is flipped, and it's gone. That's a 3-run bomb for the senior, Aiden Howard. That makes it double digits. Whippets will have a 10-2 lead. Whippet fans are excited, as that'll send Coach Wheeler out to the mound. And that'll do it for the pitcher, Connor Yarbrough. And we'll have a pitching change timeout. Kosciusko 10, New Albany 2. Here in the bottom of the fifth innings, we'll step aside for a break.
Feed, seed, clothing, decor, the everything you need store. Atala County Co-op. Atala County Co-op.
Make your outdoors the great outdoors with the Atala County Co-op on Highway 12. Spring's here with veggies, flowers, hanging baskets, porch leaners, yard mats, balloons, and spinners. Plus baby chicks, live bait, and X-Tough Riptide sandals and cruisers for the season ahead.
Atala County Co-op.
Be prepared for life's uncertainties with the correct insurance coverage from the Atala County Farm Bureau. Let's talk about change. Sometimes change is good. Sometimes change is scary. But what is certain is that everyone will experience change. The Atala County Farm Bureau's review program is designed to identify the changes that need to be made in your insurance coverage. Wayne Blaylock and James Metters invite you to stop by for your Farm Bureau Get Real review. Let them help you be prepared for change. Atala County Farm Bureau on the north side of the square in Kosciusko.
Parents and students are just shocked when they find out with a 20 on your ACT, you could go to Home CC for free. Do you have a 20 on your ACT?
Why, yes. Wait. Hold on a sec. You're right. I am shocked. You're saying my tuition could be free?
Yes, and your household income does not matter.
Why in the world would Holmes Community College offer free tuition with a 20 on the ACT?
See, we don't want you drowning in college debt when you graduate. In fact, all of us here at Holmes are so committed to our students' success, we've kept our tuition lower than every other state community college. And even though parents and students are shocked by it and have a hard time believing it, just remember, your tuition could be free with a 20 on your ACT at Holmes CC. me.
Sounds to me like there's no place like Holmes.
That's Holmes Community College.
Boswell Media Sports.
After the pitching change, it will be Finn Willis on the mound in relief of Connor Yarbrough. Tall task for him. He faces one of the Whippets' best hitters, the cleanup batter, Carson Filial, at the plate. We're going to have to try to reset the defense for you here, as I believe almost everybody just swapped left. As Yarbrough went to first base, Cooper went from second base to shortstop. Hicks went over to third base. Ray came in from right field to play second base. So now all I need is a right fielder. Willis, first pitch is hit foul off to the right. Farm Bureau foul ball. Willis on the season, I have him with 9 innings pitched. He's given up 4 hits, 2 runs, just 1 earned run. He's walked 8, struck out 12, and has a .78 earned run average. So we will work on getting you that right fielder. It might be Maddox Burnett. We'll have to break out the binoculars. Eyes aren't what they used to be. You know, those numbers are a long way away. Curveball stays up. But you can close the book on Yarbrough. That home run from Howard cleared the bases. So nobody on base for him with the RBI. 3 runs driven in. That pitch goes outside. Makes it 2 balls, 1 strike to Filial. Heard big commotion over at Peggy Abel's field. So don't know if it was the gals in green or the gals in maroon. Pitch outside, ball 3. But somebody got excited off to our right. We'll have to get you that update. Even with the binoculars, I don't know if I can make it out to right field to see who that is. As that pitch is hit foul. That is Landon Evans, who has made it out to right field. So binoculars came in handy there. So Evans will be out in right field. Everybody else is Young still in left field, Jackson still in center field. Filial pulls that one up the line and rolls foul. That's the third base side. So it will be another 3-2 pitch coming. Again, let me give you the numbers on Yarbrough. This, once again, another foul ball from Carson Filial. Yarbrough goes 4 1/3, gives up 8 hits, 10 runs, walked 9, and struck out 4. All those runs were earned. Willis wants a new signal from his catcher, Walker Skinner. Outside ball 4. Good at bat from Carson Filial. Brings up Jackson Schuler to the plate. Schuler's had a great game so far. He's in the running for your Autumn Ridge Dental Player of the Game. He's driven in 30% of the Whippets' runs. He had a double, drove in 2, and he had a home run that drove in 1. I think what's happening here is that Carson Filial is getting a courtesy runner because when we get to the 6th inning, he will be the pitcher. I'm going to say that's what is going on, or it could just be a pinch runner. I don't know, but we did see him taking some warm-up tosses. That is a Spencer Sparks, a freshman that'll come in and run. Schuler, right-hander versus right-hander. Throw over. Sparks back in time. No tag applied by Yarborough. Kosciusko 10, New Albany 2, bottom of the 5th inning. Just the one out. Low inside. Ball 1. So after all the defensive changes, Willis on the mound, Skinner behind home plate, Yarborough at first, Ray at second, Cooper at short, Hicks is at third. So there's a fastball that catches the corner. Strike 1. Left to right in the outfield, you got Young, Jackson, and Evans. 1-1 count to the Whippets catcher, Jackson Schuler. Swings at a high one, catches a little piece of it, fouls it off. 2-1. A little trivia question for our listeners and our viewers. We're going to be testing your knowledge. Well, this might not necessarily be sports knowledge, so I'm going to see how good your literary knowledge is. But an update from Ripley, still scoreless between the Tigers of Ripley and North Pontotoc in top of the 4th inning. And there's a swinging strike 3 as Schuler swung at one inside. He tipped it, but he tipped it into the glove of Parker Skinner. So first strikeout of the ball game for Willis. It's the 5th strikeout of the ball game for the pitching staff of the New Albany Bulldogs. And Brendan Truss will be the 9th batter to come to the plate in this inning. That's a wild, wild pitch. It'll allow Spencer Sparks to get down to second base. It's 1 ball, no strikes the count. I'm trying to find you some more scores from ours. We got to the Ripley North Pontotoc scores. We got to find a Corinth Senatobia score. Outside ball 2. 2-0 the count. Truss in the game as he looks at ball 3. He's reached base twice. He singled and scored in the 2nd, walked in the 3rd, popped out to center field to end the 4th inning. That's a 3-0 count. That's a called strike 1. Of course, Truss on a 3-0 count. Not going to be swinging at that one. Swinging strike 2. Willis has battled back. He got behind 3-0, but the senior right-hander is trying to get out of the inning. Well, will be hit to shortstop, but it's lined right to Cooper. He will pull it out of the air for the final out of the inning. But in the inning, the Whippets get 5 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and 1 left on base. 5 in the books. Kosciusko with a 10-2 lead over the New Albany Bulldogs.
Feed, seed, clothing, decor, the everything you need store. Atala County Co-op. Atala County Co-op.
Make your outdoors the great outdoors with the Atala County Co-op on Highway 12. Spring's here with veggies, flowers, hanging baskets, porch leaners, yard mats, balloons, and spinners. Plus baby chicks, live bait, and X-Tough Riptide sandals and cruisers for the season ahead.
Atala County Co-op.
Shopping for car insurance is so confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help you choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Call State Farm agent Angel Albany McDonald at 662-289-3161.
Boswell Media Sports.
Top of the 6th inning, Kosciusko with an 8-run lead over New Albany. New pitcher in the ballgame is not Carson Filial, so that must have just been a pinch runner for Carson Filial. Maybe Whippets want to get some speed on the base pass there with young Spencer Sparks. But it's going to be Rowdy Roan in to pitch for the Whippets. So close the book on Braxton Smith. 5 innings pitched. He gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, no earned runs. That's big there. 3 walks and struck out 5. So let's see what Rowdy Roan can do, the sophomore right-hander, as he will face off against 4, 5, and 6. It'll be the shortstop. Well, not shortstop anymore. He's third base now. Hicks rolls one to Brendan Truss. Truss sits down on it. Throws to first for the out. 1 pitch and 1 out. Goes 6-3 on the putout. See what Rowdy Roan has done on the mound this season. Roan 6 1/3 innings pitched. As he gets ready to work against the catcher, Parker Skinner, Mississippi Delta Community College signee. And he calls for time and will get awarded it. Yeah, 6 1/3 innings pitched on the season. Roan's given up 10 hits, 8 runs, 7 earned runs. He's walked 6, struck out 7. Swinging strike 1 from Parker Skinner. He's one we've talked about on the season, as Schuler's going to walk out to Rowdy Roan to talk to him, but there's some miscommunication there. But Roan is one of those, we say, sort of 3/4, not full, not over the top, not sidearm, but sits at that arm slot's kind of 3/4. So it can be a little difficult when you're used to seeing the tall, overhand of big 6'2" or 6'3" Braxton Smith. Rowdy Roan comes in about 6 feet, and then has that different delivery, so it can be a little hard to pick up. But 0-1 count. As Roan swinging strike 2 from Skinner. And call that one a slider. That comes in and breaks late. No balls, 2 strikes. As Skinner steps in and steps back out. 6th innings for Whippets baseball, brought to you by Central Tire Service. High ball 1. I went and saw the nice folks at Central Tire yesterday. I get my oil changed. We got a long trip up to Union County tomorrow. Got to make sure that vehicle's in tip-top shape. And folks at Central Tire Service hooked me up. Swinging strike 3. That's the first Dickerson Petroleum strikeout for Rowdy Roan. But in the game, it will be the 7th for Whippet pitchers. 2 outs now. Finn Willis, the pitcher, at the plate. Willis reached on an error and popped out to left field. As Roan comes right down the middle for strike 1. I'm trying to get my trivia question in. Whippets are rolling. All right, as Finn Willis steps out, we will try to get in this trivia question. So, the very famous author from New Albany. That was my trivia question when these teams met 2 years ago. Don't want to reuse that one. So, you know who that is. William Faulkner. Maybe one of the most famous authors from Mississippi. Him and John Grisham both there, as that one's upstairs for ball 2. All right, so, you know William Faulkner. He's from there in New Albany. But my question to you is, do you know the name of the fictional county where William Faulkner set all of his books? Or maybe not all, but most of them. Curveball comes in for strike 2. But most of his books set in this fictional county in Mississippi. And it's got You hear the name, it sounds like a Kosciusko name. Sounds like it could be a town in Kosciusko. 2-2 pitch. Outside, ball 3. Makes it a full count. So William Faulkner, he's got a lot of books. As I Lay Dying, one of the ones I believe we read that in high school. But the fictional county. So if you know that, hats off to you for your Mississippi history. Oh, now it's 3-2. I had it wrong in my book, I guess. So 2-2. But now it's a full count. Roan. It's a curveball. Freezes Willis. 2 strikeouts to end the inning. And the Bulldogs go down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. Kosciusko leads it 10-2 as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning.
Looking for adventure or just cruising the city? Central Tire Service is your go-to pit stop. Equipped with premium brands like Kenda and Goodyear, we ensure your tires align with your lifestyle. Visit us on Veterans Memorial Drive and let's get your journey rolling again. Don't pause your adventure. Gear up at Central Tire Service and drive confidently into life's moments. Central Tire, where your journey continues.
Have you been putting off coming to the dentist lately? Hello, I'm Dr. Adam Middleton from Autumn Ridge Dental in Kosciusko. We are treating patients with a mindset we have always held, that proper, regular, preventive care can help keep your mouth healthy and functioning properly. We want all our patients to have a smile they can be proud of. Please call us at 662-289-7076 for an appointment. Come see us and we will give you something to smile about.
Boswell Media Sports.
Bottom of the 6th inning from the Atala County Fairgrounds. Whippets of Kosciusko 10, the Bulldogs from New Albany 2. Breck Riley with you here. We got Donald back in the studio. This is game number 1. Game number 2 tomorrow at 4 o'clock. So if you originally saw the 6 o'clock on the schedule, that has been changed due to the rain expected tomorrow across most of the state. And so we're going to be leaving here around lunchtime tomorrow and to get up there and bring you that one here on Breezy 103 and on the Breezy 103 FM YouTube channel. But 6th innings for Whippets baseball brought to you by Central Tire Service is Bradley Goss, the Whippets center fielder, steps up to the plate. The left-handed batter will lead things off. He reached on an error his last at bat. He was hit by a pitch, and he was walked. So he has been on base every time he's been at the plate. Willis leaves one upstairs and inside. Ball 1. Have you thought about our trivia question anymore without Googling it? We'll refresh your memory after that pitch is called a ball. 2-0. William Faulkner, famous Mississippi author, is from New Albany. In fact, tomorrow when we go up there, you'll see there's a water tower with William Faulkner's likeness, his face on it. And that one's low and inside. Ball 3. You got to go right past that to get over to B&A Park. That's 3-0. But what is the fictional county where a number of William Faulkner's stories are set in the state of Mississippi? Low, ball 4. Goss continues to play money ball, gets on base. Second walk issued by by Finn Willis. And Rowdy Roan steps up to the plate for his first at-bat this evening. Up the middle, it is played off a hop. We're going to throw to first. Not going to be in time. Going to be an infield single as Cooper got it. Played it over close to the bag, and Roan just legged out the single. As Goss was moving on the pitch, it looks like Roan going to stay in and run for himself. No courtesy runner for the pitcher. And And we're going to have another pinch hitter, or another new batter in the lineup, I should say. Christian Thrash, Whippets senior, going to step up to the plate. So Thrash, a senior left-hander, going to be batting for Braden Rigby there in that number 9 spot. Runners at first and second, nobody out in the inning. Thrash, sort of a half swing. Willis will get it and go to third for one, and that's the only one he'll be able to get. Good scoop over at first base by Yarbrough. Keeps the ball from going into right field. But as it is, Willis chooses to get the lead runner on the fielder's choice. 1-5 on the putout. And we'll go to the top of the order. And I think we're going to have another pitching change, as Willis will hand the ball over to Coach Drew Wheeler. As he does that, we'll step aside for a quick break. Kosciusko leads it 10-2, one out in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Before you begin those do-it-yourself projects outside your home or business, be sure you know where your underground utilities are located. Always call before you dig. One easy phone call to 811 can protect you from injury and expense. Plus, it's the law in Mississippi. Make the call and avoid serious or fatal injury. For more electrical safety tips, contact Central Electric Power Association, serving you since 1937, an equal opportunity provider and employer.
Boswell Media Sports.
We got a lefty coming in to pitch for the New Albany Bulldogs. He will inherit a couple of runners at first base. And Thomas Burns is who I have as coming in at number 30, a senior. I don't have him, at least in my pitching stats that I put together, don't have him with any innings thrown. There, I'll have to go back and re-look. I have him as a playing in 5 games or batting in 5 games. So offensive stats I have, but I can't seem to track down any pitching stats. But Kosciusko will lead it 10-2 as Burns comes in to pitch. And I believe we went back to the original defensive lineup. Willis is at short. Hicks will be, Willis is at third. Hicks is at short. Cooper is back at second. And I believe Ray is in right field. As Kewen looks like he wants to bunt. There'll be a throw back behind the runner, Rowdy Roan, as the pitch stayed upstairs to Kewen. Ball 1. But Evans goes to first base. Ray goes to back out to right field, and as far as I can tell, Yarbrough is the odd man out here. He's not going to be at the plate or in the field anywhere. But Kewen tries to lay a bunt up the third baseline, and it'll roll foul. A 1 out. And a 1-1 count. All right, waited long enough for the trivia question for the fictional county where William Faulkner set a majority of his books. Yoknepatalpha County. And I said, it sounds like Mississippi. If you just told somebody that, you'd be like, yeah, I know where that is. You had no idea that it was made up. That one's fouled off over the third base line. So 1 ball, 2 strikes the count to Brooks Kewen. But yeah, to give a shout out to one of our partners, the Holmes Community College starting lineups. I learned a lot about William Faulkner at Mr. Wilson's literature class at Holmes Community College. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and there's a ball hit up the third baseline. It'll be foul. Willis backhanded it, but it had just rolled to the left of the bag. So count will remain at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Looks like a double steal is on, and a foul ball. Okay, maybe I have the... Okay, my roster is wrong. That is going to be a Colin Nolan at number 30. Well, that's not unheard of in high school sports for a roster to be not correct, because 2 or 3 of them floating around online. Luck of the draw. Ball's in the dirt, and that double steal will allow everybody to move up. Roan goes to third. Thrash goes to second. 2-2 the count. Yeah, so Colin Nolan. Okay. So that changes some things. Might have some pitching stats for a Colin Nolan, but not for an Andrew Burns. That's a called strike 3. Inside corner. 2 outs now. Nope, still don't have any pitching stats for Colin Nolan. So apologize for the mix-up there. But as I said, high school athletics are subject to getting a lot of different rosters rolling around. As Reese Atkinson steps up to the plate, the right-hander takes ball 1. Atkinson today singled, reached on a fielder's choice, drove in a run, and walked and struck out. He fouls that one off. 1-1. Got an update for you from Ripley. Ripley and North Pontotoc tied at 1 going into the 5th inning. High ball 2. So that's the other side of this bracket. Last update I had from Moorville and Louisville was that the Wildcats were leading that one 2-0. That was low for ball 3. I once said Mitchell Turner hit a ball that almost landed here in Kosciusko. Of course, Mitchell Turner, the son of the Daniel Turner, the new superintendent for the Kosciusko School District. So Mitchell Turner helping his calls there, as that ball's going to roll away from the catcher and allow Rowdy Roan to come home and score, and it's ball 4. So that'll be a walk, and Rowdy Roan comes in to score. Aiden Howard will step up. Last time he was at the plate, he hit one into the soccer goal, the soccer practice field out beyond the right field fence, and he landed one out there. 2 outs in the inning. Whippets with an 11-2 lead now. Big break on that one. Called a strike on the outside corner. You got the lefty-lefty matchup here. Favors the pitcher in this scenario. Blocked up nicely by Skinner, as that one was in the dirt. 1-1 count. Last update we had, Corinth was having no problems with Senatobia. Almost like a 6-0 ball game. So we're keeping tabs across the bracket here in North Mississippi. Another pitch low and in the dirt. Atkinson will be able to take second base. Skinner keeps it in front of him. That means 2 balls, 1 strike. 6th innings for Whippets baseball, presented by Central Tire Service. That one comes in there for a strike. Evens up the count at 2-2. The Whippets. First baseman Aiden Howard. High ball 3. About eye level. Full count. First base open. Carson Filion would come to the plate if Howard's able to keep this one rolling. And he pops him up, running foul. It'll get out of play. That was a Moses foul ball. As C parted over there. Nobody made an attempt to catch that one. Some baseball moms kind of shuffling out of the way. 3-2. Another Farm Bureau foul ball as Howard stays alive. Skinner took the brunt of that one. Fouled and might have caught him on the inside of that shin guard. Looks like he's okay. He's tough. He's catcher. Catchers are a different breed, man, I'm telling you. Toughest people on the field at all times. Skinner steps off, Nolan steps off the rubber. That one bounces, it's low. That should be ball 4. As the Thrash comes home to score on the pass ball and another walk. So Thrash scores. And that will do it. Whippets will walk it off with the 10-run rule, 12-2. We'll step aside for a break. When we come back, we'll wrap this one up and name our player of the game. But the Whippets are winners tonight, 12-2.
Hi, this is Allison Schuler, CEO of Baptist Memorial Hospital Attala. You deserve care that's close to home and close to the heart. We offer swing bed services, rehabilitation, infusion therapy, and chemotherapy delivered with skill and compassion. Our emergency room is here when you need immediate care, and we provide outpatient laboratory, radiology, and respiratory services all under one roof. At Baptist Memorial Hospital Attala, you're not just a patient. You're our neighbor and our priority.
Looking for adventure or just cruising the city? Central Tire Service is your go-to pit stop. Equipped with premium brands like Kenda and Goodyear, we ensure your tires align with your lifestyle. Visit us on Veterans Memorial Drive and let's get your journey rolling again. Don't pause your adventure. Gear up at Central Tire Service and drive confidently into life's moments. Central Tire, where your journey continues.
At Pickles Drug Store, your pharmacist does more than fill prescriptions. They're your guide to better health. We help you understand your medications, ensure your insurance is handled smoothly, and answer all your questions with care. Because at Pickles, you're not just a customer, you're part of our community.
Hi, I'm Rob Pickle. My staff and I are here to serve you.
Visit us today on the east side of the square in Kosciusko. Pickles Drug Store, your community Health Mart pharmacy, Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Before you begin those do-it-yourself projects outside your home or business, be sure you know where your underground utilities are located. Always call before you dig. One easy phone call to 811 can protect you from injury and expense. Plus, it's the law in Mississippi. Make the call and avoid serious or fatal injury. For more electrical safety tips, contact Central Electric Power Association, serving you since 1937, an equal opportunity provider and employer.
Have you been putting off coming to the dentist lately? Hello, I'm Dr. Adam Middleton from Autumn Ridge Dental in Kosciusko. We know life has been busy and routines have changed for many. However, we do not want you to neglect your oral health. We are treating patients with a mindset we have always held, that proper, regular, preventive care can help keep your mouth healthy and functioning properly. We want all our patients to have a smile they can be proud of. Please call us at 662-289-7076 for an appointment. Come see us and we will give you something to smile about.
When something happens to your car, you might say,
"Oh, come on. Seriously? This is so extra."
But what you could say is,
"Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there."
Your local State Farm agent is available when and where you need them, online, over the phone, or even in person. State Farm agents are here to answer your questions and help you file your claim.
This is so extra.
Get someone who can actually help.
Call State Farm agent Angel Alvin McDonald at 662-289-3161.
Boswell Media Sports.
It's the Angel Albin McDonald State Farm post-game report. Kosciusko. Big winners tonight, 12-2 over New Albany. They take a 1-0 series lead in this second round playoffs. They'll have an opportunity tomorrow to punch their ticket to the third round. Kosciusko moves to 20-8 on the season. The New Albany Bulldogs fall to 22-9. Taking a look at a game recap. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for New Albany. It was 12 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for the Kosciusko Whippets. For the Whippets on the mound, Braxton Smith went 5 innings. He gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, no earned runs. He walked 3 and struck out 5. For Rowdy Roan, came in 1 inning of relief, gave up no runs, no hits, walked no one, and struck out 2. For the New Albany Bulldogs, you had Connor Yarbrough go 4 1/3. He gave up 8 hits, 10 runs, 10 earned runs, walked 9, struck out 4. Finn Willis came in. He went 1 inning of work, gave up 2 runs, struck out 1. And then Colin Nolan got a third of an inning, walked 2, and struck out 1. So let's look there. Taking a look at the offensive stats, you had home runs from Aiden Howard and Jackson Schuler, doubles by Brooks Kewen and Jackson Schuler, and you also had RBIs from Braden Rigby, Jackson Schuler, Reese Atkinson, and Aiden Howard and Brooks Kewen. So for the Autumn Ridge Dental Player of the Game, you got to go with someone like Jackson Schuler. Schuler goes 2 for 4, drives in 3 runs, and he scored one of those runs himself. He had a double and a home run and drove in 3 runs. So Jackson Schuler will be your Autumn Ridge Dental Player of the Game. That is a wrap for us here. One final update for you elsewhere. Moorville is leading Louisville 5-2, and that one don't have an inning for you. But last time we had an update from Ripley, they were tied in the 5th inning. Ripley and North Pontotoc were tied at 1, and that's the other side of this bracket. Whoever wins this series will move on to play Ripley or North Pontotoc. So continue to follow that. Tomorrow we're on the road up to New Albany. If you can't make it there, it is a 4 o'clock start. That got changed because of the weather. So 4 o'clock tomorrow, that means we're getting on the road around lunchtime. It's a long drive, about 2 hours and 2 hours, 15 minutes up to New Albany. So it's not a short drive. So we will be on the road. And as I said, if you can't make it up there, then make sure you have us on your Breezy 103 YouTube channel, your app, or listen in on Breezy 103.7 here in the central Mississippi area. It's a busy weekend. Natchez Trace Festival kicks off tomorrow and goes through Saturday. So hopefully you can make it out, but if not, we'll have you covered. Thank you to Donald back in the studio there on Golf Course Road, keeping us on the air this evening. As always, thank you to everyone at Boswell Media Sports. That would be Melissa, Laura, Ashley, Macy, BMO, everyone involved there, whether they're selling ads or making commercials or making graphics, whatever it is. It really is a group effort. So that does it for us. Whippets get the win 10-2. So for our entire crew, Breck Riley signing off, saying good night